Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Good evening. So, another hot day. Now we are reaching end of our retreats. One more day. One more full day. And there is another half day. Today, our topic is Pattakamma Sutta. There was a mistake when we send in a Sutta list before you come to read. It was named as Pattakamma Vibhanga. So no one was able to find that Sutta. Even myself. So that sutta is still not translated into English. But there is a sutta, but that sutta is not translated yet. But anyway, the name should be Pattakamma Sutta, which is in Anguttara Nikaya number 2. Number 2 means book number 2, Anguttara Nikaya. So this sutta is a little bit different sutta with the suttas that we discussed last days, but there is a relationship with that sutta too. This sutta addressed to Anathapindika. Anathapindika was a rich person and we call him a banker. He is the person who offered Jetavana monastery to the Buddha. Somehow there was an opportunity to meet him and talk with Bhante, the Buddha. So in that discussion, they were focusing on these things. So using those things, the Pattakamma Sutta was some kind of questions that the Anathapindika had arose in front of the Buddha. Then these are the answers given by the Buddha for his questions. But anyway, as a lay person, this sutta also directly for lay people. As a lay people, I think even you might have that questions with you, how we practice Dhamma. Particularly in Western countries, they have thoughts, oh, Buddhism always talking about letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go, suffering, 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 suffering. It is focusing on these kind of suttas, discourses, you can see, no, that is not the right thing to say about the teachings of the Buddha. This sutta explain the thoughts that mundane have, what kind of thoughts mundane have, the wishes that mundane have. Then how this, basically we can say how living as a household person, how you can maintain your practice. This is very, important for us to, particularly this hustle-bustle society, busy life, how we can manage, how we can arrange, what would be the things that we should do, and what kind of wishes we have, the way how we develop our spirituality living in lay life. This is the main goal of this discourse. This discourse, when we start to discuss this discourse, there are some connections with other discourses too. I mean, middle of the discussions, you can see that connections. So the first part, as I mentioned, Anathapindika approach to the Buddha, and then they had these discussions. Then Buddha directly said, householder, directly Buddha used this word, householder, there are these 4 things that are wish for, desire, agreeable, and really gain in the world. What are 4? Then these are the things. May wealth come to me righteously. Wealth is kind of basic things. This is the very important thing. Wealth or money, particularly we can take as money. Money is not a goal for your life. It is not a goal for your life, but it is medium for you. Without money, you can do nothing. According to this sutta, we wish, may wealth come to me righteously. Very important word is righteously. This very deep meaning is there. This word, I mean, the righteously word going through the discourse, therefore we have to pay full attention what that means according to the Buddhist explanation in this sutta particularly. Then we should have wealth, yes. For what? For basic requisites, to accomplish our basic needs. We need clothes. It is basic things. It is one important part in our civilization. To protect our body, we need cloth. We need food. Sabbe satta haratvika. All living beings are dependent on food. So, not only you, every living beings needs some kind of things to eat, food. We need a shelter to protect this body. That is our obligation. Take care in this body, protecting this body is our obligation. No one coming to protect this body, you have to protect this body. Therefore, you need a shelter for that. And you need medicine. You need medicine. There are some kind of situations would be here in this body, particularly when it's getting old. Some kind of supports you need, extra supports. That's why you need medicine to take care of this body. These are basic things. To fulfill these basic things, yes, you need money. Without money, how you can do it, how you can fulfill all these requirements. These are basic requisites. Therefore, we need wealth. Then we have to earn money. It is not against the teachings of the Buddha. You have to earn money as a layperson. Yes, you have to earn money. Not only that, in Vyaggapaja Sutta, there are 4 things that Buddha mentioned. When the Vyaggapaja, the young person who came to see the Buddha, asked, Venerable Sir, give some discourses for us to uplift our lay life with Dhamma. Then Buddha gave this discourse, Vyaggapaja. Chattaro me bhikkave gahapati dhamma ditta dhamma hitaya sangvattati. Uttana sampada, aharakka sampada, kalyana mittata, samajivikata. Then Buddha addressed Vyaggapaja, explaining these 4 things are very important to fulfill your duties, responsibilities, and to have a happy life, blissful life. You should have these 4 things. Uttana Sampada. You should be a person who has energy. As we discuss in Karaniya Metta Sutta, you should be a skillful person. Uttana Sampada it's a wide meaning is there. You should be a skillful person and making goal and having with the right directions, following the guidance and particularly according to the Dhamma. That is Uttana Sampada. You should work following the guidance of teachings of the Buddha, Dhamma, to reach your goal. That is Uttana Sampada. Otherwise, everybody might have some kind of effort, energy to do some things, but if it is not the correct path, it is not the Samma Ajiva, it is Michcha, it would be a Michcha Ajiva, then it is not something belongs to that word, Uttana Sampada. It is not right effort. It might be wrong effort. So therefore, Uttana Sampada person should be a clean and clear mind. There should be a clean and clear mind which is directly connected with the Dhamma. Dhamma. So connecting Dhamma, if someone have good energy to do good things, there are two words, right things and good things. You have to be careful with right things and good things. There are right things. Right things sometimes might be not good things. But good things always connecting with the universal truth. Dhamma. Universal truth means Dhamma. Always connecting with Dhamma. That is the nature of good things. But right things always stay with law and order. If you like, you can do it. If you don't like, you can say, no, I don't like it. But according to the explanation, you can say it is right. But whether it is good or bad, you don't know that. You have to compare with Dhamma, then you can say it, whether it is good or bad. For example, according to the Buddhist explanation, we should take care of our parents. It is Buddha's explanation, basic things. We should take care. It is our obligation to take care of our parents. When they get in old, we have to help them. It is one of the obligation. When they needed our support to go to hospitals to see the doctors or some other things, so we should do that. That is our obligation. So if you have something, so you have to make a priority. Which one is the first one that you should do? So in your priority list, you can make some other things that you feel, oh, these are priority, but if it is not connecting with Dhamma, then you are not doing good things. But you are doing right things. Perhaps you can say, oh, I have to work, so I can't go to hospital with you today. You can say to your parents. But that might be very aged. The parents living with pain or some kind of disease, they want to go to hospital with some months. They can't do themselves. But you say, no, I can't do that because I have to work. Everybody can say, according to law, that is right, that is your right. But ethically, they have to think about whether it is good or bad. So this is the way how you have to measure right things and good things. But anyway, with Uttana Sampada, connecting with wholesomeness, we have to develop our effort to earn money. Uttana Sampada. Not just earning is enough. Then Arakka Sampada, you have to protect. You have to protect. Arakka Sampada. To protect, there are very important things. There is a very important thing Kalyana Mitrata, good friends. You have to associate good friends. Good friends mean not the person, qualities. Good friends might be a book. Your good friend might be YouTube. Your good friend might be a website, where the place that you can find right and wholesome thing, not right actually, wholesome and good things. It is your Kalyana Mitra, good friend, wholesome friend. Otherwise, to find good friends are not easy. Looking at a person is not easy things in this mundane world particularly. Therefore, we have to take what does means Kalyana Mitra. And the last one, Saddhajeevikata, means you have to balance with income and outgoings. You have to budget according to your income. That is the meaning of Saddhajeevikata. You have to have that budget with you, knowing your income. What is the income? That is the way how you have to spend. This concept is very important to reduce your worries and stress. To reduce your stress and worries. For example, particularly in this kind of country, there are so many opportunities to buy one thing. To buy a t-shirt. Just think about, you have to go somewhere, you want to buy a t-shirt. To buy a t-shirt, you can go to different place. The place you should choose according to your income, not your desire. According to your income. This is not my advice. This is advice given by the Buddha. Okay? To have a worryless life. To have a worryless life. Just think about. In Singalovada Sutta, there is another explanation. The income that you have divided into 4 groups. The income that you have divided into 4 groups. Ekena bhoge bunjaya, vihikammang payojaye, chatuttancha nidapeya, apadasu bhavishyati. Divided into 4 groups. Ekena bhoge bunjaya. One of both use for your basic requisites to fulfill your food, lodging, clothes, medicine, and all these things. Divided into 4 groups. One category you can use for all these basic requisites. Ekena bhoge bunjaya. Use for. And second, dvihikammang payojaye. 2 pots use for incoming projects. Incoming projects means in here investment. Investments means you might think in modern concept, investments means put in a share market or somewhere, some places of banking, something like that. That is not the investment, but Buddha mentioned in here. Investments means, just think about, you have to drive 1 hour for your workplace. Buying a car is an investment. Buying a car or buying a ticket to go there, spending some money for your traveling is investment. Because there is income. To get that income, you have to spend some money. That is the meaning in here that Buddha has. So therefore, Buddha advises us, 1/4 we have to use for basic requisites, 2/4 we have to use for investment. Investments means to increase or to keep your income. That is the meaning of investments. It might be, if you have more money, yes, you can put into share markets with wholesome thoughts. not gambling, with wholesome thoughts. Even in our constitute, in Bhavana constitute, it has. That's why I got it. Intention is very important, because you don't want to worry about your money and the things, what is happening outside with that using money. But anyway, and the last part, one fourth, another remain one fourth, we have to bank. The Buddha used ekena bhoge bunje dvikamapai chatuttancha nidapeya. Chatuttan, in Singalovada Sutta, in this explanation is there. This is the first time in the world someone talking about the banking system. People might think, oh, banking system is started, 100 years, 150 years ago in the Western. No. In Singalovada Sutta, you can see this. You have to keep some money for what? Apadasu bhavisati. There might be some emergency situation. So, to use that time, earn and keep some money to use that. This is the banking concept, how came to the world. But no one don't know about where this banking system came to us. This banking system came to us with this Singalovada Sutta explanation. So, now you know how to spend your money. How to spend your money. These are the 4 groups that we have to divide it. This is the way how we have to budget. This is the way how we make plan for our life. So in here, in this sutta mentioned, may wealth come to me righteously. We have that wishes. Wealth, I need, it is basic things. I have to earn money. Yes, it is basic thing. It is not against the Buddha's teaching. Sometimes some people have that concept, oh, rich people can't be Buddhists. How? Some people have that kind of misunderstanding part of the Buddhist. It's completely wrong. Because you can earn money according to the teachings of the Buddha. There's no any barrier for that. That's why in here, this thoughts is good thoughts to have a mundane person driving into right direction, to practice noble eightfold path. May my wealth come in righteously. Righteously word, now we have to pay attention to this word. According to the Dhamma, what is Dhamma? In Dhamma Niyamata Sutta, there is a sutta named Dhamma Niyamata. In that sutta, the Buddha mentioned whether Tathagata appears in this world or not, this Dhamma is existing. So teachings of the Buddha not did come to this world after the Buddha. There was this Dhamma, the teachings, but nobody was not able to recognize this pattern, these methods, these theories. All these things were covered with our delusions, ignorance, and hatred, all these unwholesome thoughts. The Buddha is the person who found this truth and then who was able to explain to others because of his realization. In Dhamma Niyamata Sutta, directly Buddha explained whether Tathagata appears in this world or not, this Dhamma is existing. So Dhamma means basically that is universal law. That is universal law. No one can change it. It is equal for each and everyone. There is no discrimination. There is no bias with Dhamma, universal truth. So that is Dhamma. So righteously mean according to Dhamma, according to the universal law, following universal law, following natural law. That is the way how we have to get that word, what does means righteously. Someone can say, oh, I earn money according to this country law. Someone can say that. That is not righteous. We have to see him whether he earn money according to the natural law, universal law. This is very important. Someone can say, because the country that you have the laws are not enough. It's not addressing whole universal truth, because these laws made by mundane people, according to their thoughts and their education level, their capacity. So universal law is not something created by human beings. It's different. Therefore, righteously means it is completely living according to the natural law. That is the universal law. It's not changed because of the country. The universal law is not changing because of the ethnic group, because of the religion. It's not changing because of any of these things. It is the nature of universal. This is the way that we can recognize whether it is righteously or not. Dhamma means this. So teachings, all the Buddha's teachings, already that we discussed, this might be your 6th discourse for this retreat. Yeah, already we discussed 6. All these discourses talking about the universal law. None of facts that we have in this sutta not going beyond anything universal law. Everything in universal law. Everything talking about universal law. For example, don't associate police, associate vice. One of the factor that we learn through blessing discourse is universal law. It is not something particularly for Buddhist culture or Eastern culture. It is a universal law. It's for everybody. And even these things, I have wished, may my wealth come to me righteously. It is universal. Who are respecting the universal law, who are obey universal law, they have that thoughts. For what? For their happiness, for their upliftment of their qualities, to increase their qualities, to increase their happiness. They should have these qualities with them. They should have these thoughts with them. So we have to have that wishes ourselves. All my wealth should come righteously to me. And the second thought that we have in right way, wholesome way, having gained righteously, may fame come to me and to my relatives and preceptors. Yes, when you are living according to Dhamma, universal law, fame comes. Now there is a connection with have you heard about the psychologist Abraham Maslow? He's one of famous guy. He has he was saying some kind of a hierarchy about the wishes that we have. Self-satisfaction is the highest one. According to my explanation, that self-satisfaction is attaining enlightenment. But I don't know whether Maslow have that thoughts or not. He might don't know anything about that. But that hierarchy is very close to the Buddhist explanation. He is mentioning about these things. Fame. Yeah, we like to have fame. If we are going somewhere, the people are welcoming you warmly and happily, you like it. You enjoy that. It's make comforts for you. This mundane world, yes, we need that. To welcome, yeah, you should have fame. If you don't have that fame, then it is not easy to have happy life. If someone rejecting you, you are not living happily at that moment. There is nothing remain in your mind as something to be happy, because no one accepting you, no one welcoming you, you alone yourself. That's why sometimes this effect in some of our friends in this society, particularly during in Thanksgiving and Christmas days, New Year days. In this country, these days are the days highly attempting suicide. Highly. It's not my word. Researchers said so. You can find it. Why? The problem is there. In Thanksgiving Day, if they don't have any invitation from any friends or any family members, they are frustrated in their self. They're worried about their self. See, I don't have a family. I don't have a friend. I don't have anyone to invite me to their places. This is the way how they increase in their stress. I remember while I was in the university, purposely connecting with my friends and my supporters, I was organizing Thanksgiving party for students who are suffering, who are increasing their stress. Sometimes few days, and sometimes I invited to my temples where I was during my university to come to temples, have Thanksgiving with us, have Christmas with us. Sometimes I made Christmas tree in my temple. I did that. My purpose was to help that people who are worried, thinking about their childhood, they are crying. Then I said, come on, let's have Christmas tree in here, my place. Actually, it was not my place. I got permission from high priest and I did with them. They were surprising everybody. But I made that people, even that moment, to be happy. So why? These are basic things that human beings need if they are mundane. If you are in supramundane level, you don't care any of these things. Just in mundane world, we need these things. But it's not coming with the unwholesome thoughts and unwholesome behavior. Those things come in with your wholesomeness and wholesome activities. Therefore, we think, may my wealth come righteously. And secondly, we are expecting, yeah, we should have fame. We like it. We like it. This one is very, hidden thing in our mind, but very, very powerful thoughts. Very powerful thoughts. Just think about, for example, at the end of retreat, we are inviting to everybody to, not this time, just assume, we are inviting to everybody to come to take a picture, group picture. Taking that group picture, we ready to publish in our newsletter. So when we put in the newsletter, somehow you got that newsletter. Looking at that picture, what is the first thing that you want to see there? Your face. Your face. None of face is not important for you. Your face is the most important. Why is that? That's the fame. Ego is there. Ego and fame is connecting together. So therefore, we have that thoughts. Therefore, we have to manage these thoughts, not to go into wrong directions, to go right direction with our practice. With our practice. So having gained righteously means that we have to gain our fame doing good things, wholesome things, following noble eightfold path, basically according to the Buddhist explanation. In universally, I can say, following and living under the guidance of universal law and natural law. Universal law or natural law. This is the way how we should gain fame. May I live long and enjoy long lifespan. Who don't have these thoughts? May I live long and enjoy long lifespan. Is someone who don't have these thoughts? Can you find? I mean, someone can say unconsciously, without connecting with unconsciousness, someone can say, I don't want to live long. This is enough. I'm ready to go now, in this moment. And if someone says so, then I'm ready to ask, oh, you ready to go now? Yeah. Can I use your credit card for a moment? Bhante, sorry, I don't have my wallet now. So, all these bondages are there. Keeping that bondages through your conscious, I mean, the without connecting your unconsciousness, you're ready to say, though, but it's not the right things. It's not the reality. Reality is here. We all like live long. We like it. This is some kind of controversial things that we have with the Buddhist teachings and some other traditions that we have in here. At the end of life, you can put into sleep. And sometimes some our friends are asking from us, Bhante, is it okay to sign this? No. Is it not okay sign? Because the life is not belongs to you. The life is not belongs to, it is belongs to the natural law. So everything should be decided by natural law, not you. But in here, as you know, if someone dying, the doctors, nurses, social workers, they're ready to ask, how about his last will? How about the statements? What is that called? Documents? Not living will. There is a particular documents. Not power of attorney. Social workers knows that word. Not euthanization is the process that they're going to do. Before that, they're asking it's kind of power of attorney, giving power to their relatives or someone to take everything, to make decision. What is that? Healthcare? Not power of attorney. They have particular words for that. That I because I learned it. Now I forget the name. No, it's kind of documents, but anyway, it is healthcare power of attorney. That is the legal words for that, but social worker has different name for that. So no one can give that. I can't give power of attorney to someone to decide my life. That's the word, healthcare proxy. That's the word, healthcare proxy. No one can decide anyone's life. Everybody, may I live long, enjoy long lifespan. That thoughts they have, it is natural. It is natural with mundane life. Who attain enlightenment, they don't have that thoughts. They don't connect in with that kind of mundane thoughts. But death is there with that enlightened beings. There was an incident, sir. during the Buddha's time, there was a Arahant monk. While he was sleeping, snake, somehow a poison snake fallen into his body and he bite. That poisonous snake was very dangerous. Then that Arahant monk knew he already bite, he is going to die. Then that Arahant monk asked all other monks, please take me out with this snake. Because it's not none of others who are not attained enlightenment, not easy to bear this feeling and the situation. That's why he asked. This situation is reported in the history. So then those monks take him out carefully with that snake. Then that monk had died right away. So the Arahant being does not have any fear of death, because they don't have any thoughts, may I live long. That thoughts is not there with them. It is very acceptable for them, but as mundane person, in bottom of your heart, when you're thinking about that, it's not something that you can accept. You're not ready to accept that. To die? No. Even the last moment you want to fight with death. That is the nature. That is the nature. Therefore, when you have wealth, when you have fame, then next step, you live long. You live long. It is natural. It is mundane thoughts. We have to respect that law. That natural law, we have to respect. Each and everyone have in that condition, have in that stage. They have to respect that. It is not something going against Dhamma. Respecting them, what we do, we respect the natural law. The fourth one, may I be reborn in a good destination. If you are not attained enlightenment, yes, you have this thought. That's why there is saying, someone's, I saw somewhere, I don't know, I don't remember, it's wonderful. You can avoid Dhamma, practicing Dhamma, you can refuse it. No, I don't know to practice Dhamma, that's fine. But you can't avoid your karma. Karma, whether you like or not, it's come to you. The karma is universal explanation. Karma is the explanation about universal energy. That's not depending on your views. Whether you believe it or not, karma is there. Therefore, at the end, each and everyone have these thoughts. May I be reborn in a good destination. You can check with them. There are people who don't believe about rebirth. Actually, the word is not good, rebirth. According to the Buddhist explanation, the Pali word that we use, punabhava, becoming. But in English, we use rebirth, reincarnation. All these words are the words that we are using in English. Not really connect with that word punabhava. 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 Different is, if you're talking about rebirth or reincarnation, now you are human being, next life you would be human being. Now you are man, now you are women, or in next life you should be men or women, as same as in this time, according to reincarnation, rebirth, something like that. But punabhava means completely different. It's completely different. Now I am a human being, as I know. So I don't know how would be my next life if I'm not able to attain enlightenment. At least if I was able to maintain jhanas, then I have guarantee, yes, I can go into Brahma world. Otherwise, I don't know how would be my next life. Everything can decide within a nanosecond whether you're going to be in human world or some other realms. Is completely up to that karma. Karma is natural energy. So we have that desire with us. All these are the thoughts that mundane have. This is the explanation. Householder. There are these four things that are wish for, desire, agreeable, and rarely gain in the world. The word, the last part, rarely gain in the world. It's not easy to accomplish all these wishes. To accomplish all these wishes in mundane way, all these wishes are mundane. These mundane wishes, to achieve these mundane wishes, we have to practice. We have to live according to natural law. We have to follow universal law. Without practicing living according to universal law, no one can gain any of these wishes. No one is not able to establish their happiness achieving these goals. So therefore, main point is righteously, it's rare thing. It's rare thing. Righteously, it's rare thing. So keep that in mind righteously. All these wishes you have. Yes.
I agree with you. How do people decide who is making money according to the Dhamma? And also, is there somebody you can give as an example nowadays that is has made money and is an example of somebody who thought of money but is famous and has made money? Because I'm just very disturbed by it. Even another monk said,
you are trying to put me in trouble. No, this is very important thing. Nobody want to know whether that person is earning money righteously or not. You should know it. Because everything depending on their mind. Sometimes looking at outside, no one can decide their minds, their thoughts. The way how they create their thoughts, we don't know. So we don't want to see the person with their outside, in their outside activities. Focus on their mind. Yes. Yeah. It's the basic measurements, right? Livelihood is the basic measurements. But
that is circular. Everybody, because now what is happening, everybody will be like Anita, and they will say, look, my livelihood is right. And that's a really strong Protestant view according to the Dhamma.
yeah. Live according to the Dhamma, living according to the Dhamma, following the Noble Eightfold Path, and as I, we're going to discuss very soon with this discourse, the way how we should earn. Okay, I will come to that the stages, I mean, that facts. So there are a lot of explanation in Buddha's teaching. There are particular suttas that I can mention to you. This sutta, Pattakamma Sutta, one is that there's another sutta, Vyagapajya Sutta, Kutadanta Sutta. Kutadanta Sutta is another discourse given by the Buddha. Singalovada Sutta, which we're going to discuss tomorrow, is the best sutta which is explained how we can earn money righteously. how we can live following the Dhamma, how we can live according to natural law. All these explanations are there in Singalovada Sutta. So, therefore, there are explanations and guidance. No. We can't say there's no explanation. There are explanations. There are explanations. We know the people who live in basically following, five principles, five precepts. There are people. Right livelihood and five precepts, all these are there. There are people. But generally you may not be able to see them. Yeah. Even who know about the guy in Amazon, do we know about him? No, we don't know. He might follow in righteous. He might live in according to Dhamma, following natural law, respecting natural law. Who knows that? I may mention just richest man in the world. Who knows them? So, therefore, there are people. The next one. There are four things that lead to obtain those four things accomplishment. Okay? The four things to accomplish those four things, these four things are very important. What are those? Faith. One is faith. Second one is virtuous behavior. Third one is generosity. Fourth one is wisdom. These four qualities are very important to gain those qualities that we discussed, to achieve those things that we discussed. What does means faith? Faith means not just blind belief. It is not the faith. Faith means, according to the Pali word that we use, Shraddha. Shraddha. Shraddha means who has confidence to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. This is the Shraddha. So who has confidence, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha? What is Dhamma? Dhamma is natural law, natural phenomena. Not something created by Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. It's a natural law. So, who has confidence about the natural law? That is Shraddha. That is the faith that mentioned in here. This quality is very important. You should have Shraddha. Shraddha is not blind faith. I know other tradition they use this word faith. It's according to that explanation, it look like to me, oh, you should believe no questioning about this. This is the faith that they discuss there. But faith in here is different. No, that is not faith in here. Faith means confidence with natural law, which is related to your wisdom. The fourth one is wisdom. So, virtuous behavior, sila. Shraddha, sila, tyaga, panya. These qualities are the qualities that we have to develop to gain those qualities that we just discuss. The faith one, the second one, virtue, sila. Sila, living according to the natural law, that is the meaning of sila. Tame in your word and action. Tame in your word and actions, living according to the natural law, that is sila. When you are living according to natural law, 5 precepts are there. Not only 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, and even Samanera Sila and Upasampada Sila also there. All the silas are there when you're ready to respect the natural law. No killing, no stealing, no adultery, no lying, no using drugs and alcohol. All these things are there. All these are regarding natural, respecting natural law. So, virtuous life, virtuous behavior. You one of quality that you should have. Generosity. Tyaga, the Pali word, tyaga. Generosity. The word generosity, it comes to your mind, some kind of picture, giving something out of your pocket. It is also generosity, but generosity means not just giving money to others. Generosity means letting go, abandoning. It is a thought, abandoning things, letting go. Giving things, you're ready to give some things to others without having any expect there. That is the real meaning of practicing generosity. Therefore, according to the Buddhist explanation, there are few ways that you can practice generosity. Puja buddhi, anugraha buddhi. Puja buddhi, you are offering things to someone. Offering things. That is one way, practicing generosity. Other way, helping someone. Helping someone. Likewise, a homeless person, when you meet a homeless person, you ready to give him $1, $2, $5, something according to your capacity. For what? To help him to survive. That is the meaning, which we call anugraha buddhi. It is, you're giving him money to help him. You're offering something to a person who is virtuous than you and who is practicing celibacy, practicing Dhamma, monk, or in that category, anyone, you are offering something. For what? To respect the natural law. Oh, he is practicing Dhamma, he is in Dhamma. So I want to help for him, not that person. For Dhamma. I want to respect for Dhamma. Because Dhamma not just belong to that person who just practicing that. Dhamma not belongs to that person who just practice, but he is one of example for me to see the Dhamma. So therefore, I want to help him to keep that example for me. That's why you want to offer something. This is the way how you can practice generosity. Practicing generosity, there are 3 ways. According to the Buddhist explanation, you can practice generosity in 3 ways. Giving life. We call it abhayadana, giving life. I mean, I know in traditional Buddhist people believe abhayadana means, I mean, if there is a cow or chicken who is ready to kill, going there, paying them, asking to release. They think this is yeah, it is abhayadana. But we can practice abhayadana, giving life each and every time. Very simple way. What is that way? Abhaya means fearless. You're helping to someone to reduce or get rid of fear. What kind of fear? Fear about the life. Fear about the life. Then think, when we are crossing here and there with other people in the society, if you are not talking, looking at them, smiling them, just moving here and there like a robot, what kind of feelings you have? You have doubt about that person and you have fear. Who is this guy? What is he going to do? You have that doubt unconsciously. But when you are moving, crossing each other, gently, if you can smile to that person, you practice in abhaya. Why? Because of that smile, you can reduce fear of that person. Because you know he's also a human being. You also a human being. When you smile into gently that person also ready to smile, to react to you in gentle way. fearless life. It is also practicing generosity. No one can find this explanation in the books or in suttas, but this is my explanation, my experience, my knowledge. I'm not trying to get that patent yet. Sorry? It is loving friendliness. It is loving friendliness. So this is the way how we should practice Dhamma, living in the society with others, just smiling, gently, not some kind of, there are some kind of smiles, it's not gentle, but here should be gentle for others. Abhayadana. And Dhammadana, there's another practice, another way that we can practice generosity, Dhammadana. Traditional Buddhist people think practicing Dhammadana means offering Tripitaka books. That is the main thing that they think. Writing Buddhist books. That is true, but very simply, you can practice Dhammadana everywhere. Everywhere, like this. You're in a shopping complex. You're doing shopping. Someone lost, they want to find the directions. They're coming to you. You know the place directly to go there. If someone asking from you, dear sir, how I can go to such a place? With loving friendliness thoughts, if you can show the person's right way to go to that place, it is Dhammadana. Why? At that moment, that is the necessary things for that person. He lost. He wants to find the path. So you are helping him with the pure mind. You don't expect in any money, anything in back. You are giving that your experience and knowledge with others, pure heart. That is Dhammadana. In this manner, every parents have that opportunity to teach their children. Dhammadana. It is Dhammadana. When you are teaching your children with pure heart, some parents are not doing that with pure heart. They are developing their ego. Always, sometimes, without knowing, might be some parents use word, pride me, pride me, pride me. They're asking their children to make pride them. No, that is not Buddhist, it is un-Buddhistic. They can honestly, yes, they can be pride with wholesome thoughts. But if you can teach them very kindly and helping them to understand the reality in the world, that is Dhammadana. That is Dhammadana. Right speech, this is the way how you should speak. Right livelihood, this is the way how you should live. Telling all these things, teaching all these things for them with the pure mind is Dhammadana. You can practice this Dhammadana. Mothers and fathers are having wonderful opportunity to practice Dhammadana with their kids. So, I'm also practicing Dhammadana here. The next one, Amisadana. Amisadana means giving food. This is also, you can practice this method also, you can apply each and every moment. Amisadana. Generally, traditional Buddhist believes Amisadana means taking foods to their temples. That is Amisadana, that they know. But they can practice Amisadana every and each time. How? Just think about, generally we eat breakfast and lunch. As you lay pullover, you can eat any other times too. So when you are eating, while you are eating, Think about this food and the body. Does this body belongs to you? No. This body not belongs to you. How many living beings are there inside in this body? So many. So I am giving food for them. You practice in generosity. May they take this food as their food. May they satisfy with these foods. You can give these foods to this body with metta thoughts. That is practicing generosity. When you are doing dishes after you are eating, at that moment in the sink, you can think about there are so many unseen beings. May they take this as a food. May they be well, happy. Metta thought is there, and you are helping that living beings. Practicing generosity. Practicing generosity. Each and every time you can practice generosity. Amisadana, giving food. So these are the three ways that you can practice generosity. Abhedana, Dhammadana, Amisadana. All these are the ways that you can practice generosity. Avenues of practicing generosity. You can practice. And next one, wisdom. Wisdom is thinking ability. Yes, we should develop our thinking ability. Without developing our thinking ability, none of us able to do any of these things, to follow the Dhamma, to live along the Dhamma, live according to the Dhamma. Everything happening with wisdom. So, very noble disciple endured with faith, thus the blessed is Arahant and worthy perfectly. Or this is the explanation about the faith, whether we should have faith, where the virtuous behavior we should have, where the how we practice generosity and wisdom. Noble disciples has understood, thus logging righteous, greed, ill will, dullness and drowsiness, restlessness and remorse and doubt are defilements of the mind, he abandoned them. When you develop your wisdom, you are able to see these things as defilements. This is talking about hindrances, 5 hindrances. Now, we can again connect with the Madhupindika Sutta, the first discourse that we discuss here. There are hindrances, 5 hindrances, and Sangyojana, and Asravas, Anusayas, all those 4 things. As you might remember, as Bhante ji explained, 5 hindrances you can directly see. As mundane person, the first thing that you have to understand, 5 hindrances as the first thing. Anusaya, to see Anusaya is not easy. You need more experience. You have to practice Dhamma more and more to see Anusaya. That's the last stage, the very high part. The hindrances are alive, you can see and recognize through your wisdom. When you have Shraddha, faith, Sila, virtue, generosity, Tyaga, and wisdom, these 4 qualities, you can see these 5 hindrances. Seeing these 5 hindrances, there's a connection with that wishes that we have. Righteously gain your wealth, righteously gain your fame. You can do all these right livelihood following this, gaining these qualities ourselves. Very important things to see 5 hindrances in here. 5 hindrances. So we don't want to talk about more details about 5 hindrances because already we went through these explanations. Seen five hindrances as defilements, he has abandoned them. He is then called great wisdom, of white wisdom. One who sees the range one accomplished in wisdom, this called accomplishment of wisdom. These are the four things that lead to obtain the four things that are wished for, desire, agreeable, and rarely gain in the world. So this is very important part that we want to discuss. These are the four things that lead to obtain things that are wished for, desire, agreeable, and rarely gain in the world, with wealth acquired by energetic strive arms by the strength of his arms. The Pali word that we use, Seda Vakite, Baha Bala Parijitehi, Seda Vakite, Dhammike, Dhammaladdehi. These are the Pali words. According to this explanation, no any laziness there. No one try to cheat anyone there. Very pure heart would be there. Very clean thoughts would be there. Righteously, to earn something means this is the way how you should earn. Very clean, very clear, right livelihood is there, and also virtue is there. No harm into anyone, no harm into yourself. Useful for both you and others. That is the way how you have to earn money. So this is the way that you can earn your wealth righteously, without cheating. Compassion is there, loving friendliness is there, sympathetic joy as well as equanimity is there. That word righteously. Gain righteously, use righteously, no debt, earn according to Dhamma. Gain righteously, use righteously. When you gain something, you have to use it. You are not earning to collect. This is the very important thing. You just earn to collect means you develop in your desire. You are not happy with that desire. Your happiness will break very soon with that desire. So use and be happy with that. There are four happiness, which we call Attisukha. Attisukha means I have things. I have gained righteously. So I have things. I have house. I have medical plan to get treatment if I need. I have enough money to buy things for my food. I have enough money to buy my clothes, basic requisites. You can be happy about that, thinking about the things that you have, because it is the way how you can develop your wholesome thoughts. Not only that, you have as well as you can you using that. You have a car, you are using your car. Otherwise, put in a garage your car. I have car, you're going by feet, or you're going someone else supports something like it is not the way. When you have something, you have to use it. Benefits for yourself. Same as when you have money, you have to use it. No debt. You are not buying something, borrowing something. No. Yeah, sometimes you might have to borrow according to in this kind of capitalized system. Yeah, no one can stay without a student loan and housing loan. Even myself, I have a student loan. I don't have that happiness with myself now, because always I have to think about that. So, but the Buddha said, yes, you should have that thoughts strongly in mind. I don't need to worry about even something happened to me right now. I don't have that. I don't have payback something to someone. I'm not dependent on someone else's money. You have to have that pure thoughts. It is kind of happiness that you have through this practice. And next to the last one, earning according to Dhamma. This is very important. This is very important part. Yes, I have all these things. All these things I gain according to Dhamma, living according to Noble Eightfold Path. Living according to Noble Eightfold Path. If you don't have that thoughts, that happiness with you, you are suffering. You are suffering. You don't have happiness. You can't be happy if you are not doing wholesome things to live. So these are four qualities. I have enjoyed wealth, supported my dependents, and overcome adversities. I have given uplifting offering and performed the 5 oblation. I have saved the virtuous ones. I self-control celebrated ones. All these are the way that you can be happy with that righteousness. This is the way that you can be happy. Not the money that you gain benefits for yourself, for your children, your other family members. That is your obligation. That is your duty, responsibility to take care of them also. So this is the way how Buddha explained in Pattakamma Sutta. The last one, I have achieved whatever purpose a wise person dwelling at home might have in desiring wealth. What I have done brings me no regret. Recollecting this moral remains firm in the noble Dhamma. There appears him here in this life, and after death he rejoices in heaven. This is the path to go to heaven. But according to the Buddhist explanation, the Buddha did not appear in this world to show you the path to go to heaven. Buddha came to this world to show you a path for your liberation, liberate from samsaric suffering. But to go there, first you have to stay with heavenly path. Heavenly path means the path is not different. Same path, same way. Just think about you are here in West Virginia, close by Winchester. You have to go to Washington, D.C. To go to Washington, D.C., you have to pass few cities and few places. All other places are not the places, your destination. Your destination is White House. Is that correct? Maybe. White House. So, without stopping in those places, you should go there to your destination. Otherwise, you may not be able to accomplish that goal. So, same way, attaining Nibbana is our goal. But attaining Nibbana, we have to practice. If someone practicing Dhamma, these are the results that they can reach in mundane world as mundane practitioner. As mundane practitioner. So, if someone asks you, do you know heaven? Yes. Now you can see. The way how we can go there? Yes, this is the way. Then what is the difference with the path, Noble Eightfold Path, Nibbana, attaining Nibbana and attaining, going into heaven? There are different with concepts, but same path, following Noble Eightfold Path, following Arya Magga, as a result of that practice, yes, you can go to heaven, but that is not our destination. It is kind of temporary, we can call stop, bus stop, train station for a break. That is not our destination. We are still in the journey, in circle, sansaric journey. So we should have keep that things in thoroughly our mind. Oh no, this is not my destination. Just taking a break. I am still in the circle, so I have to fulfill my duties, responsibilities. In having this courage, determination, yes, you have to uplift your practice. You have to develop your practice. So this is the message from Pattakamma Sutta. If there is some things that we can discuss in our question and answer time, thank you very much.